Welcome to the REPO4EU Podcast, Season 2. I'm your host, Alexandra Rodriguez, and in today's episode, we're welcoming the team building a one-stop shop for precision medicine and drug repurposing. General Manager, Béla Bihari, Senior Application Developer, Balázs Orbán-Atilla, and User Experience Designer, Aranka Ravai-Nagy. Together, they represent Egnosis, the leading Romanian software development company currently in charge of bringing the REPO4EU platform to life. This is a very special episode where we lift the curtain to what's been going on behind the scenes in this mammoth task, from integrating the data provided by Bioinformatics in the project to helping develop AI-powered solutions embedded in the platform. I hope you enjoy the conversation. Hello, Béla, Balázs, Aranka. Thank you so much for joining us for the REPO4EU podcast. It's a real pleasure to welcome you.
Thank you for having us here, and it's a pleasure from our side to participate in this podcast.
Thank you, Béla. It's actually the first time we do a group episode in this podcast, so I'm very excited to see how this one goes. I think in this case, it was really important to have representation from different members from the Egnosis team, because you've all been working in different parts of building the REPO4EU platform, but obviously together between yourselves and with different partners in the project. But before we dive into the real nitty-gritty work for the platform, I think it would be really good to introduce yourselves. So can you share with our listeners who you are, what your background is, and how your journey has led you into the work that you do today in Egnosis, but also within the REPO4EU project?
Hi, I'm Béla. My background is actually rooted in software engineering. I started out as a developer in Munich, in Germany, but over the time I naturally moved towards more strategic and leadership roles, especially in complex collaborative environments. Today I'm the general manager of Egnosis, a Romanian service provider SME, where I focus on bridging technology, innovation, and real-world impact, particularly in large-scale European research initiatives. I'm also acting as a consortium board member, community builder, which really shapes how I approach multidisciplinary collaboration. In the REPO4EU, our role at Egnosis is very much on the technology side. We are leading the key aspects of the platform development, designing and building what is essentially a one-stop shop digital infrastructure for precision drug repurposing. My personal role is to guide that vision from both a strategic and execution perspective, ensuring that what we build actually supports researchers, clinicians, and industry partners in turning complex data-driven research into actionable insights and ultimately accelerating the overall drug repurposing process.
Hi, I'm Balázs. My background is also in software engineering and economics, and over the past 25 years in IT, I've had the chance to work across a wide range of industries, from aviation and medical research to something as unexpected as flower cultivation. And it's funny because looking from this perspective, there is not much of a difference between industries. What I've always found interesting is that regardless of the domain, the core challenges are always the same: to connect with people, understand how their business really works, to be able to design or identify systems that can make it more efficient. I'm just as curious on how a business model works as I am about emerging technologies, and of course, working together with the client, we can bridge this gap between business needs and technical possibilities. In REPO4EU, my personal role is being the interface between the consortium members and the development team to mold consortium scientific research results into the big picture, the REPO4EU platform, by translating their results into clear development tasks. This reflects in tracking each knowledge base, material, research database, or tool that the consortium needs to deliver to us, depict the decisional flows, and also to identify, ideate, and plan all the new feature requests that appear alongside the project duration.
So I am Aranka. I am the designer behind this platform. And while I'm relatively new to the world of scientific research, I bring over 15 years of experience working on industrial and commercial projects with international companies. My background is rooted in design, where curiosity and openness to change have always guided my work. So, research has long been part of my process, not in a strictly scientific sense, but in an experimental, creative, and human centered way. For me, design is a continuous journey. So, connecting ideas, discovering better solutions, and constantly improving what already exists.
Well, thank you so much to the three of you for that introduction. It's really interesting to hear more about your background and where you are today, because we keep sharing this message with our community that all this work has been happening behind the scenes in building this one-stop shop platform for the drug repurposing and precision medicine community. We are now at the moment of this recording in 2026, but you started this journey in 2023. So what has happened in this time? What's been the development process so far? And what are we looking forward to in the next few months and the coming years?
Sure. Our platform development did not happen overnight. It's a result of a carefully structured multi-year efforts fully aligned with the REPO4EU's mission to build a sustainable ecosystem for drug repurposing and connect science, industry, and healthcare through a unified digital hub. As you said, the journey began in 2023 when we laid the foundations following a well-established software development lifecycle. This initial phase focused on concept definition, requirement analysis, and user story elaboration. And it was a critical step during which we collaborated closely with almost all the partners, clinicians, researchers, industry leaders, to ensure that the platform would address real-world needs and workflows. Continuing in 2024, we transitioned into the user experience design and technical architecture phase. We designed intuitive interfaces and user journeys to serve a diverse range of stakeholders, from data scientists to clinicians. At the same time, we defined the system architecture, placing strong emphasis on scalability, interoperability, and secure data handling, which are key pillars for a robust central data hub. Continuing further in the year of 2025, which marked a major milestone as we successfully moved from design to implementation. The development accelerated into a full-scale platform coding supported by continuous testing and integration. The REXPO 2025, where we proudly introduced the alpha version of the platform. This release showcased the core infrastructure of the data hub, early integration of AI tools, curated databases, and decision support guides. Importantly, we also unveiled the first version of the REPO AI Assistant, an LLM-based intelligent guide designed to support users throughout their workflows. This was not only a technical achievement, but a clear demonstration that the REPO4EU vision is becoming a tangible reality. Looking ahead, we are currently focused on refinement and expansion through continuous testing and deployment cycles. Our next milestone is the beta release at the REXPO 2026 in Berlin, which will introduce enhanced functionality, improved stability, deeper integration of bioinformatic tools, and more advanced AI-driven analytics. A significant evolution will be the next generation of the REPO AI Assistant, leveraging agentic AI and MCP-based architecture to deliver more autonomous and context-aware support. This phase is essential for validating the platform at scale with a broad multidisciplinary user base. Following the improvements, we are targeting the final release in 2027, delivering a major production-ready ecosystem that fully supports the REPO4EU's mission. Beyond that, our focus will shift toward long-term sustainability, ensuring continuous innovation, supporting a growing user community, and keeping the platform aligned with evolving scientific and clinical needs.
It sounds like we have a lot to look forward to, which is really exciting. But let's go back to you, Balázs, because I think it would be really good to explain a bit more in detail what the journey has been like so far. We know that there's been this big transformation process from multiple ideation, brainstorming sessions with work package leaders, and then we've had a few technical requirements and potential use of features that we want to see embedded in the platform. But tell us a bit more about all the work that's been happening. Basically, let's get a little bit more technical.
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, it was a long and very challenging process. We've started the discussions with every work package to have an initial idea on what they contribute to the platform and to identify the platform's user roles. And realizing that we need to address the scientific knowledge gap between us and the consortium, a dedicated scientific consultant acted as a liaison, explaining, translating the scientific terminology and common language to us laymen. Then, by dissecting every plan deliverable from the description of action, we had multiple discussions on each topic with the relevant members, validating our findings until we were able to transform the ideas into written requirements, tangible outcomes like user features, knowledge base, tools, etc. And having a well-defined requirement set, the next steps could begin the technical and the UI and UX planning.
As we've explained so far, there's been a lot of work specifically on this development phase of the platform with a big focus on the user journey because, of course, we want to make sure that this platform is as user-friendly as possible. So, Aranka, let's go with you now. I know you've been the one working behind the scenes mostly on this. So, can you explain to our listeners why is this such a key component of the platform? Obviously, like we said, we want people to be able to navigate through it. But how have you managed to make this happen so far? And what have been, let's say, the main design principles guiding the platform development?
Designing the user experience for this platform has been itself a unique challenge. Unlike most UX projects that target a broad audience, our users are scientists and researchers and industry professionals with very specific expectations and deep expertise. So the complexity of drug development combined with the many stakeholders involved makes even understanding the process a challenge. Yet the mission is incredibly meaningful, simplifying how drugs and treatments are discovered to help improve and save lives. What we are creating is more than a tool, it's a workspace. So those shaping future treatments. It needs to be clear, comprehensive, easy to navigate, and adaptable to an evolving knowledge base and a community. So, as we approach beta, we are still exploring, testing, and refining. Given the scope, no single framework was enough. So, we built a flexible system from the ground up, working closely with our experts across fields, and they guided the process.
So it does sound like a fun challenge in a way, but again, as we keep saying, loads of work happening behind the scenes. And I think this is why a conversation like the one we're having today was very needed, especially for our community in general to understand what we've been working on and what we're trying to build. So of course, in parallel to the design work that Aranka has been leading, there's also been the technical development, which is a big challenge in itself. We have solution design, we have the architecture, we have the actual coding embedded inside the platform, driving from your experiences so far, and coming back to you, Balázs, what would you say have been the toughest challenges that you've had to navigate to get to the first, let's say, stable version of the platform?
Basically, our role is similar to a car manufacturer. So we put everything that the consortium delivers, so all the car parts or units, under the shiny hood that we build, making sure that everything is interconnected. The toughest challenge was to plan and prepare the technical foundation of the platform so that it can support each feature and be secure and scalable at the same time. We were meticulously researching technical solution for each requirement, making sure everything can work together before the actual coding phase could start. Getting to the first stable version of the platform took quite a while, the main challenge being getting the development tasks to a level of detail needed for the development. After that, it was just hard work and a lot of communication.
It is really exciting to hear a first-hand insight into everything that has to happen to make a platform become alive, essentially. And we kind of already teased the exciting news, which is that we will be releasing the beta version of the platform after the summer, actually, of 2026. But let's talk about the alpha version of the platform. What was the main goal behind this initial release, and what could our alpha testers expect to see if they log on to the platform today?
Well, it's quite straightforward. Actually, the alpha release was not planned in the description of the action. We had to come up with this strategy for two reasons. First, a technical one, to be able to provide a stable, tested beta release due this August. We considered to have an earlier test, a kind of restricted release. And the second reason was the dissemination. The quicker we could release a working platform, the better awareness our project and platform can build.
Regarding our alpha testers, they can log in using their social accounts as well, like Orchid. They can read our extensive knowledge base, spreading across all relevant domains, explore the decisional guides, again tailored to the domains, discuss with our AI assistant trained on and restricted to the platform content, explore databases and tools and our scientific databases like the trial size, the HTA, agencies, in silico tools, test our matchmaking component, and of course to try out the integrated tools such as Reposcope, which is a prior art knowledge base of patents tailored to drug repurposing, or the SMART tool, which is a decision analytic model for health technology assessment.
So let's look forward now to this release of the beta version after the summer of 2026. What are these new services, tools, functionalities that you're most excited to see go live? And what is currently at the top of your to-do list for future platform releases?
Well, our list of curated scientific databases will expand with cell and animal models, with preclinical trial studies list, reformulation providers, and an endophenotype catalog. The knowledge base and decisional guides will also get new updates, and our tool collection will expand with applications for clinical statistics, with patient stratification. The drug repurposing research collection will also be integrated alongside with the pipeline-based drug repurposing workflow. We've also updated our AI assistant to be able to provide and receive information from other registered information sources on a plug-and-play basis, widening up the platform's knowledge base and making it as open science as possible.
As you can see, we have a quite long to-do list, but on the top of this list for the final release due in August 2027 are the overarching cross-domain tasks that will define interfaces between domains, providing every specialist connection to tangential domains in their project, connecting them with specialists from complementary fields, basically gapping the silo effect that characterizes the current modus operandi.
Well, I feel like I keep repeating myself, but thank you so much for lifting the curtain onto the behind the scenes of what's been happening in the platform development journey, because like you all said earlier, this hasn't happened overnight. There's been a lot of work, a lot of hours and dedication to get to where we are at this stage. And there's still more to come. So I'm sure the people following the REPO4EU journey will be keeping an eye out for this beta release after the summer of 2026. And then the final delivery of the platform once we finish the project in the coming years. So thank you so much to the three of you for explaining everything everything so clearly, and we're all very excited to see what will be happening for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Thank you for your invitation.
Thank you.
For more information about REPO4EU and the mission behind the project, please visit REPO4EU and make sure to follow the project on all the social media. We're on X, LinkedIn, Blue Sky and YouTube. If you simply type REPO4EU, you'll find us there. Until the next one.